Alright, Texas Natural Resource Code, Title 3, Oil and Gas, Subtitle B, Conservation Regulation, Oil and Gas, Chapter 87 of the Regulation of the Sour and Natural Gas, Subchapter A, General Provision, Definition of the chapter of the words Oil, Gas, Commission for the Common Reservoir of the Gas Well, Oil Reservoir, Sour Gas, Sweet Gas, Natural Gasoline, Cubic Feet of gas for the casing, heading gas are defined provided in Section 8602 of this code. Subchapter B, with the power of the duties of the Commission, 87011, Rules Order of the Administrative of the Provision, Chapter of the Commission shall hold hearings, make a determination, promulgate rules of the orders provided with the Section 86084 through 86090 of this code of the other laws of the state after notice of the hearing of the provided with the law of the Commission for propagate any of the rule, order, and file with the necessary the care of the provision subchapter Section 1977. Section 86012, the validity rules orders adopted with the Commission under the term of the chapter of the premium effective of the valid. A person affected in any over the base with the test of the validity of the order adopted by the Commission under the chapter of the same manner with the same conditions, same court with the court with the prescribed with the suit with the testing with the validity of the order of the Commission promulgated under the General Oil Conservation Statute of the State Acts 1977. 87013 hearings. From time to time the Commission shall hold hearings after the proper notice to hear the evidence to adopt the rule for the orders to enforce the provision of the Chapter Acts 1977. Section 87014. Inspection records and reports from the authority given the existing law of the Commission of its agents may inspect for the book of the records for any of the person affected with the provision of the Chapter 2 record require sworn reports of the file by the time to time the Commission finds necessary Acts 1977. Subchapter C, with the production of sour gas, 87051, limitations sour gas production. No person may produce the sour gas for the sour gas well, the reservoir produce the bowl sweetened gas, except for the daily allowable production for the gas well fixed by the orders and schedule of the Commission, rate of the production sour gas well, with the considered of the daily average rate of the production for the calendar month, Acts 1977. Section 87052, with the maximum production of sour gas from carbon black manufacturing. In any common reservoir of the state with the producing bowl sweat with the sour gas that will never be produced by the common reservoir with the common black manufacturer with the maximum daily volume of the sour gas of the gas wells in excess of 750 million cubic feet. Commission shall appropriate the daily volume of the sour gas and gas wells along with the sour gas well with the reservoir with the preventive damage for the gas for the tracts for the land, the sour gas producing area segregated as surface position, common ownership on such which sour gas wells are located. Acts 1977. Section 87053, effective with the demand with the below the maximum allowable production. If the daily demand with the sour gas well with the issue of the carbon black for the manufacturing left with the daily maximum allowable permitted in Section 87052 with the total daily volume of the gas for the gas well with the sour gas area with the use of the carbon black manufacturer shall be equal to the daily demand. Commission shall determine the daily demand with the prorated among all of the sour gas areas that provided in Section 87052 with this code, Acts 1977. 87054 with the effective demand with the other purpose of the carbon black manufacturer. 8. Lawful demand with the demands exist for the sour gas well for the purpose of the utilization permitted with the law other than the manufacture of the carbon black. If additional demand should be added to the daily demand with the carbon black manufacturer, the sum shall constitute with the daily volume of the gas and gas well with the withdrawal with the common reservoir utilization. The Commission shall prorate the daily volume provided with the subsection A of the section among the sour gas well within the year of the basis set forth in the 87052 of this code, Acts 1977. Subchapter D, plants extracting natural gasoline. 8791, prohibited commingling of the gas in a plant, extracting natural gasoline content of the gas, no sweet gas with the commingled with the sour gas, casing head gas may be commingled with the sweet gas, sour gas, or both, except for the condition of the requirements in subchapter Acts 1977. 87092, with the permit required for the common reservoir of the state for the produce of the bowl sweet and then sour gas of the no person operated with the plant extraction from the natural gas and with the content in the which the sweet gas with the sour gas commingled with the plant casing heading gas commingled with each for the sweet gas with the sour gas and both of the utilized with the person secures the commission for the permitting authorized for the operation of the plant. Acts 1977 and 87093, issuing with the permit, the Commission shall the issue of the permit appear with the plant with it being operated with the residue of the gas from the plant is willed to dispose with accordance with the provision of subchapter Acts 1977. Section 87094, cancellation of the permit. A, with the appear with the Commission for the plant with the operating violation of any of the provisions subchapter of the Commission shall cancel the permit issued for the plant. B, after the cancellation of the permit, no operator with the plant will make mingle either sweet gas, sour gas, casing heading gas with sweet gas or sour gas in the plant for the purpose of the extracting natural gasoline content. Acts 1977. Section 87095 of the residue of the gas allowed in the air, except for the provided in subsection B with the evidence case of the plant operating under the subchapter commingled with the gas and head gas sweet gas, sour gas, or both, the operator of the plant shall not permit or to be blown any air of the eggs residue gas remaining for the gasoline content of the gas extracted. The operator of the plant may blow air amount with the residue gas plant determined by the commission necessary to accomplish uninterrupted deliveries as required amount with the carbon black plants from the Carbon Black Manufacturer Acts of 1977. Section 87.096, the residue of the gas for the determination of the commission of the plant operating under the subject are commingled with the casing heading sweet gas for the sweet gas for the sour gas commission assertion quantity of the residue required to be used for the fuel purpose of the efficient operation of the plant, and 2, the quality of the residue required to be returned to the operator plant when the lease to which the plant is connected for the use of the fuel operation leases. Acts 1977. Alright, 87.097, the use of the residual gas for the other purpose. The operator of the plant is required for the use of the warm over the use of the provided sour gas, low quantity of the residue gas of the plant equal to the quantity of the sweet gas taken within the plant process for the less of the extraction loss of the process for the operator shall not be credited with the use of the residue plant fuel for the least fuel operation amount with except for the quantity of the residue gas found by the commission to be necessary for the efficient operation of the plant returned with the lease for the fuel for the lease operators effective Acts 1977. Subchapter E, with the use of the gas without extracting the natural gasoline. 87.131, use of sweet gas for the carbon black manufacture. Sweet gas produced with the gas well with the shape that may be used without with a prior extract for the gas content with the manufacture for the carbon black for the use of the plant producing an average recovery not less than 5 pounds of carbon black for 1,000 cubic feet of gas. Acts 1977. Section 87.132, use of the gas certain well with the carbon black manufacturer. A gas from any gas well completed on or before September 5th, 1947, on the limit within the common reservoir produced for the sweet with the sour gas for the gas not sold on the premise of the interstate pipeline commonly during the year immediately preceding September 5th, 1947, or the gas well complete with after the September 5th, 1947, the common reservoir both for the sweet and sour gas may be used with the manufactured carbon black without the prior extraction of the natural gas in content. If it is used with the plant producing average recovery not less than 1 1/2 pound with the carbon black for each 1,000 cubic feet of gas, and royalty rate with the market price paid for the gas and wellhead at least equal for the royal rate in the market price for the paid wellhead and immediate air with the gas used for the light and fuel purposes. And arrive at the market price of the sour gas reduction not more than 1/2% of the 1/2 cent per 1,000 cubic feet shall be allowed for the purifying gas to render it suitable for light and refuel purposes. If the gas used to produce the royal rate paid shall be paid on the same basis of the Acts 1977. Section 87.134, with the effect of the subchapter, the provision over the subject cumulative of the existing laws relating to the use of the gas that do not restrict the effect of the manufactured carbon black from the process of the sour gas authorized in Section 86.182 of this Code, Acts 1977, subchapter F, the use of the gas determination hydrocarbon content. 87.171. Gas containing low hydrogen carbon content. Natural gas, including casing heading gas produced with any gas well with the oil well in the state that contains less than 1 or 1/2 of the gallons of propane heavier of the hydrocarbons per 1,000 cubic feet, with determined the fractional analysis made with the gas can be used for manufacturing carbon black in a plant producing an average recovery at least 1 1/2 pound of the carbon black for each 1,000 cubic feet of the gas consumed. Acts 1977. Alright, Section 87.172 of the gas containing the high hydrogen carbon content, except for the provided subsection B of the section no natural of the gases, including the casing of the produced of the gas well for the oil well, and state with the containing 1 or more half of the gallons more of the propane heavier hydrocarbons per 1,000 cubic feet. Instrument of fractional analysis made with the gas may use the manufactured carbon plant producing an average recovery at least 1 1/2 pound of the carbon black for each of the 1,000 cubic feet of the consumed with prior extraction of the natural gas content. B. On filling the application after the proper note of the hearing of the provided with the law of the commission may authorize you with the name of the natural gas, including the casing head gas containing 1 of the 1/2 gallons more propane with heavier hydrocarbons per 1,000 cubic feet, determine the fractional analysis made of the gasoline manufactured carbon black plant producing an average recovery at least 1 1/2 pounds of the carbon black each 1,000 cubic feet with the consumed of the commission find with the unprofitable first extract of the natural gasoline content in the gas Acts 1977. Or Section 86.173, additional extract with alleviate shortage of the general shortage propane with a heavier liquid hydrocarbon occurred with the commission after the notice of the hearing may require that additional extract with the hydrocarbon from the gas to alleviate the shortage of additional extraction shall not be required if it is not economical feasible to do so. Section 87.7 174. Applicable to this chapter of the provision. Subchapter does not apply with the gas per with the common reservoir for the containment of the both sweet and sour gas with lawfully use with the manufacture of the carbon black under the provision source law with the codified with the subchapters D and E with the chapter at the time of the passage of the source law with the section gap of the gas wells located within this reservoir were entitled to be used under the provision source of the law codified with the subchapter D and E with the chapter time past the source of law of the section Acts 1977. Subchapter G. Carbon black plants, 87.211 prohibited location unless adequate precaution is taken to minimize emission of the smoke from the plant. No channel type carbon black plant should be erected or constructed close within 5 miles to the limits of the city, town, village incorporated at any before of the time of the erection and construction. Plant has begun commercial operated with the citrus fruit orchard and planted not less than 1 year before the time of the erection of the construction plant is commenced. And that's Acts 1977. Subchapter H, enforcement. 87.241 penalty. Any person who violates this chapter liable, the penalty will be no more than $1,000 each for the offense. Each day of the violation occur the constitute a separate offense. Penalty may be recovered the day of the taxation for the cost of the suit and the civil action instituted with the Attorney General of the Travis County of the county in which violation occurred or the county residence of the defendant. Acts 1977 amended in 1983. 87.242 in the junction of the relief of the violation, threatened violation may be enjoyed with any of the court competent jurisdiction suit for the penalty may be brought. Court shall issue rate and prohibitory mandatory injunction if facts justify.